morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, and thanks for tuning back in to ALCHEMOTO. This is the 2023 Highland Fling. And look at this beautiful sunshine we've been blessed with for 2023. If those of you who watch the channel go back to 2021, if you remember, we had a week down of pissing rain. What a change. Anyway, here's the crew. Stalwart Shep, the 2023 support vehicle, piloted by Timo. And for the first time, Andrea can relax. So Mark Prescott's joining us again, and we've got Jordan on his iron, Stuart, Dave York, hi. Danny, Sarah Pebbles, Grace Grace over there somewhere, and Mark and his lovely wife, they riding up to Moffat and then splitting off from the pack, so we'll see on the bikes, folks. Okay folks, so we are on our way to Moffat. We're 49 miles from Moffat now, so we've actually made a head start this morning. Not going to record all the motorway or freeway if you're from the US of A, but what we'll do is we'll just do some off the bike stuff at the stops before we get into Scotland, and then we'll start doing some more of the video from there and not bore you with the boring bits on day one. So we're getting all the bikes now, we're just fueled up. Chris, yeah? Chris is going to take lead. Okay. Well, what a fantastic, unbelievable week we have got. For one of the first times in history in the UK, we've promised for the next 10 days dry weather. So very, very unusual that you're going to leave your wet gear at home instead of packing it. And I actually had it in one of the panniers this morning, and I thought, you know something, fuck it, leave it at home, I'll take the chance. More miles up the road now. We are coming to the best sign you'll ever see when you're heading north. Welcome to Scotland. So now we're getting to where things get interesting. So we've got the Galloway tourist route, the Moffat Loop, obviously you've seen, let me do that a few times, and the scenic routes at Edinburgh, which we're not doing because we're heading sort of Glasgow way towards Loch Lomond and then to the Ayrshire Hotel. But further on today's vlog there, we've got the Loch Lomond up to Firkin Point and our usual yearly photograph we do there, which is absolutely stunning. On a day like today as well, we've been so lucky with the weather dropping on us like this. It's just warm wind, unbelievable, and it's actually warm in Scotland than it is further south where I live. So the more we're heading north, the warmer it's actually getting. So absolutely beautiful. We couldn't have picked a better weekend than into next week to do this trip. So guys, you'll notice I'm on the Pan Am for this year's tour. The Sportster's taking a break, but the rest of the bikes that are with us for this year are actually all Sportsters. So when we get a chance throughout the next few days, we'll give you an insight on some of the bikes that are with us. Alright folks, so quick stop for fuel and a quick drink and a bite to eat. It is absolutely scorchio. Crew in the bikes in the background there. So we've literally only got about 20 miles I think to the hotel. We've got Firkin Point for the obligatory photograph, which we do every year. And then on to the hotel. And we're going to get some food and hit some ale later. So I am desperate for a pint. We're going to go to a lovely little pub overlooking the loch, so stay tuned for that. But a little bit of the Loch Lomond views to come before we get there folks, but let's just have a look at these bikes. So somewhere in the midst of the traffic we've lost a support vehicle, haven't we, Mark?
We have, yeah. Traffic jams.
About you so far?
Very good, as usual. Apart from the company.
Oh, cheers. Oh, for those of you that watch the channel, if you've seen my paintwork, check out Shep's paintwork again that I did with this lovely metal flake in the sunshine. Beautiful. So we got Loch Lomond now on the right hand side, so we're just heading along now to Firkin Point. You see on the sat nav there where Loch Lomond is all the blue here, so we're just skirting the side of it. Temperature's gone up, it's about 83, 84 degrees now, absolutely scorching, beautiful. And you can see in front now that's some of the mountains of Scotland ready to greet us as well as we head deeper into the Highlands tomorrow. So it's been a brilliant trip coming up here today. We can't check in the hotel anyway till after 4, so we're actually early for once. Usually we're about sort of checking at 4, 5:30, 6 o'clock, so we're a couple of hours earlier this year, and it's so much better now tonight just to relax a little bit and then, you know, have a few beers and just contemplate the day before we head into tomorrow. But Loch Lomond's a massively popular place. You can see the traffic here in the A82, and I've said this before, it's one of the most dangerous roads to travel on a bike as well. There's a lot of accidents along here, but yeah, heading into Lomond, it is always like this on a day like today. It's just worse than the beach in Barcelona or somewhere. It's got that hot though. You can see I've unbuttoned the cut, let some bloody wind in. The great thing about this shirt though, this armature, is you've got the zip here as well. So you've got a YKK zip as well as the buttons. When it's buttoned up, I didn't feel any wind. I know I've got the visor and everything, but I didn't feel any wind coming through that on the way up here. Did a sterling job of keeping me just right, but as we're on the slower roads now, it's getting quite warm, so time for the layers to come off. So that's nearly 200 mile, 175 mile I've ridden now with this shirt on since this morning, and it's so comfortable that you don't even realise you're wearing it. Of course I've just got the denim sort of cut, the black cut over the top, just for a little bit of style factor. So if the temperatures carry on like this tomorrow, I'll be dumping that and just wearing the shirt, but I'll put a link anyway down in the description, so if you want to check over at Bobhead's site if you fancy one of these shirts, and I'll give you an off the bike shot of it as well later. It really is quality. So thanks for sorting me out with that, the Bobhead crew. And for sorting me out with the other bits and pieces and kitting me out for this tour, many thanks to Bobhead. Okay, so a little bit of open view now of Loch Lomond and that fantastic view behind it. I can't believe we've got just a whole few days worth of weather like this. It's going to be fantastic. Usually we're just used to the miserable mist and the rain, but look at that. But the best gem that not a lot of people know about is this Firkin Point. So again, it has been on the previous Highland fleets, so keep watching and then you'll see one of the best views from Loch Lomond you'll ever see. So as we're headed to Firkin Point now, try and find somewhere to park because it is looking a little bit popular. In fact, the most packed I've ever seen it. Right, here we go folks, the best view you'll ever see. Alright, stand up.
Hello, sunshine. Hello, all.
Iced coffee, perfect on a day like today. So this, I've never seen this as popular as this. I think it's because it's always pissing down when we normally come down here. So what was going to be a spectacular, I can't even say it, spectacular view. I think I've got brain freeze.
That was nice and Starbucks.
I've seen that in 2024.
So when you get that feeling when you're near your destination, ready for your holidays break, every time when you come up to these parts, and in Scotland, you know, my second name's Murray, and but it's Irish, not Scottish, but obviously there's a Scottish Murray as well. But I always feel at home when I come back to Scotland and not at Ireland for some reason. So I think my ancestors were originated from Scotland, buggered off to Ireland, and then somewhere along the line, from the granddad's generation, came over to England. But I always feel at home at Scotland. Celtic origins from the start, either Scottish or Irish, it doesn't really matter, but anyway, I always feel at home around these parts. So they call this area the Arachar Alps as well, and you can see why. You can imagine those when they got the snow-capped tops on from late autumn onwards. It's absolutely stunning round here, and I know we're not doing the Rest and Be Thankful road, but the road we're doing tomorrow is equally just as spectacular. And this is our turn now. And some of the guys will be peeling off now because we're in 3 different hotels this year. There's a view of Loch Long, and hopefully find us our little parking spots down here. See, it's full of bikes now. This is my fault. I always seem to get this spot though every year. So obviously make sure it's in gear. Yeah, yep. We didn't need the support vehicle coming up, did we? They weren't very good handing these cold ice creams out the window. Look at that view. Right, time to get checked in.
So after a day's hard riding, all the hard bikers, this is what we get up to at the end of the...
Oh yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Luckily, I love marathon teas.
They're not much.
They're not mushy teas. They're marathons.
So nothing better than a fish and chip supper and a couple of pints after a 200-mile ride. But look at this view, folks, look at this view. So obviously they're all sitting over there and I had no seat, and then I thought, well, there's no one sat over here, look at this.
So it's like literally got nails on our boots.
Got my own private seat, but I definitely think I have caught the sun today, here and here, looking at that. Not so much on that side, I think the sun's been beaming down on this side, so that's with the Bobhead B1 helmet, you actually get a suntan through it. Although I think it's just from where the goggles have been under there, so I think we need to do a bit of the old sun cream on the nose tomorrow. So I think we'll call and get some of that from the green welly stop. Otherwise, that is going to be like a red beacon by the end of the week. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the little bit of footage. I know it's only a short video today from getting from point A to our hotels for the night. But the real action starts, choking on my fish and chips. The real action starts tomorrow when we hit some of the West Highland Way and then over to the Applecross Peninsula and over the Billac Naba. One of the best roads you're ever going to do in Scotland. So we're going to hit that tomorrow. It's going to be a long journey to get there, but it's going to be a great destination then to relax for the evening before we do the coast road out on the following day. So we've loads to do on this tour yet, but tomorrow is going to be an epic ride, folks. Anyway, folks, we're going to leave this vlog tonight and end this one here and see you guys fresh on the bike in the morning. We're too busy drinking. So I can't think of a better place to enjoy an evening. And the weather is set to be glorious tomorrow as well, so we've got an epic day's riding, as I mentioned, on the way here over to the west coast. So stay tuned, and remember, if you haven't subscribed to ALCHEMOTO, please do hit the subscribe button. Please do like the video and comment if you dare. We're going to end this vlog from this lovely location tonight with this motley crew. So for this crew, give it to us with guests. See you in the morning, folks.